What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with GStorm Castle level 12. On my spreadsheet I had GStorm 27, I believe, and there wasn't someone named GStorm 27, so I'm hoping that this is the person's castle who requested it. If it's not, please let me know and fix your name, or maybe I got it wrong or something. But it's similar, and it does look like my castle, so. Well, one of my old builds of my castle. So I've kind of talked about this room specifically, and the fact that it doesn't work if you go up around the other bend. This is something I put in, and I took it out fairly quickly after I made the video, because it wasn't really working the way I wanted it to. But the rest of my castle was. This guy's a little bit too out in the open, though, I think. I would much prefer you to be spotting with a different type of unit in this circumstance. Like, you don't need to have, well, I guess you kind of need to have two because you have a springboard trap combo with low-level hunger bots. But I would prefer it if you could try to make it work with only one hunger bot and have a normal type creature, like for spotting purposes. Because this hunger bot really doesn't do anything for you. It would be better if you just had like a Snotter here, and then you could put in a Bad Dog or a Bone Puppeteer or something else. Let's see what happens if I hit this. Okay, so I don't really think that this has the right purposes that you want. I would much prefer this Pete Poundmore to do over the head slam or 3-punch combo. Probably over the head slam, because when you reach this point, he will just slam you down and stun you for longer, instead of pushing you back into the archers. You want to create distance from the archers that you have here. So I think that I would remove this hunger bot, put in a Snotter, put in a Bone Puppeteer, have your archers, have your one hunger bot. The one hunger bot, hopefully you can get it right so it's pulling from here down to this point. I don't know if you can because your hunger bots are low level. And then have this guy in over the head slam. That's about the most amount of damage you're going to be able to do. And I mean, it's about as effective as you can make that pull. Although, like, I personally wouldn't be putting so many of these pulls into your castle until you have level 4 hunger bots. But that's just me. Alright, so Defendatron Zeke is a good combo. You still have some extra points where you could put in a support with this, like a 3-point support, Bad Dog, or... Alright, so you have this guy on shield. I prefer to have him on the bodyguard specialization. And also I definitely 100% prefer Zeke on any of the other two specializations. You don't want Zeke on Bear Trap. It's just not worth it at all. I would say Headshot, and you can put it on Spread Eagle as well, though. But yeah, this specialization is just not that good. Especially on Zeke. You can use Smelly Archers because the stun has a pretty decent effect, you know what I mean? It stuns you, right? So it's a good effect to have for a 4-point creature, but when you have Zeke, you really want to make use of his extra DPS for his 12 points. The stun effect doesn't get longer because he's a 12-point creature. It's the same as the 4-point creature. So you really want to have him doing his extra damage because that's what his extra points is used for. I hope that made sense. Like, other than that, it's not too bad of a castle, but I would say that if you're having trouble, it's probably because of your early pulls. They're just not that effective until you get up to level 4 hunger bots. Alright, so we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, for number 2 we have Aeonxan or something, castle level 16. Jump into it on my knight again. Alright, so I like the Scorpio flanking. I'm unsure about the Cyclops, though. I feel like you might have a situation where the Cyclops comes up and pushes you away from the Scorpio's hook. Your purpose here should be to try to get this mob group activated along with this mob group. So you want to have something that more supports the Scorpio, because the Scorpio is what's going to pull you into the next mob group, and then you have to deal with this. Although this mob group doesn't help like a super amount at killing the hero. I mean, the Stairmasters will do a good amount of damage if they hit. The problem is the room and how this is set up. It's difficult for these Stairmasters to hit. Now, something that I would do in this circumstance is you want to rotate this room completely around so that this part of the room is on the bottom side and this part's on the top side. And the reason for that is that way you'll be going down into this room, so you won't see the hook coming, you won't see the Stairmasters before you get to them. The Pete Poundmore is good, and I like the Puppeteer supporting him. That's all good. This seems kind of odd. It's very oddly placed. I don't know. I would maybe prefer some sort of a mine or something because it has a little bit more range to it. Has a possibility of actually activating. But it probably won't do anything just because it's kind of a weird placement for it. I would prefer to have the Zeke being bodyguarded because I don't think the Zeke can sustain heals enough. So you kind of just have the Puppeteer there. Yes, he's going to get targeted down, but having the Puppeteer targeted down while your Zeke's doing damage is better than having your, Zeke targeted down and then doing no damage. So, yeah, again with the Scorpio, or the Cyclops, I feel like the only way Cyclops works in conjunction with Scorpios is if they have the over-the-head slam combo thing. Where they'll do a stun after you get pulled. You'll get pulled and then you'll get slammed down on the ground and then, that's a decent combo. But I think pushing you away and pulling you in, I don't think that's really the best combo, in my opinion. Alright, this should pull the wall down here, and this will probably pull another group. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if I like the Stairmasters flanking like this. I don't think anyone's really gonna get hooked by this. Although you do have it to a point where if I engage this, I pull another group, which I kind of like that, actually. This is a situation where, I do like the Scorpio, actually. Because you have this situation where, normally, when I said that, it was before I saw how you had it set up fully, so let me kind of reconstruct what I thought about this room. So first of all, you didn't have a group. You had like a Snotter over here, and it did not pull through the wall. I'm not sure if you just couldn't fit it or if you chose not to, but you can have another group over here and it can pull through the wall or whatever. But talking about these two groups specifically, I didn't like it at first, but then your Stairmasters kind of came up and sat here, and it was inside of the aggro zone of another group. This will be extremely easy for an archer to take care of, like way too easy, and it'll be very hard for a knight to take care of. Your archers are going to volley, and they're going to kill 3 Stairmasters and 2 archers in one zone of a volley because of how it's all set up. A knight, on the other hand, will have to run up, aggro this other group, have a chance of getting pulled back behind the Stairmasters and possibly through some of their eyeballs. And then the archers are there for good measure, I guess. I mean, there's not much purpose for the archers, really. But they'll do extra damage, so I think it's fine. The problem is archers are going to have a really easy time, so that's something that you're going to have to think about and make a trade-off, if that's what you really want. Alright. We have a Hunger Bot, a couple archers going to shoot me. I think you could probably go down to one of these smelly warriors, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think it's just fine. The problem is you have another one over here. One of these is going to be skippable. I like the Jimbo combination. He's going to get better for you in levels. I mean, he's kind of mediocre until he gets to level 26, and then once he gets to level 26, it's just kind of amazing. Ask all of the people who have been trying out my castle recently. I think every one of them has died at least once to my Jimbos, because they one-shot most people that aren't knights. The problem here, and what I would prefer you to do, is just... Oh god, I'm so slow. But I would prefer the Jelly Wall to be... across on the side here instead of up and down, because you noticed what I did is I kind of aggroed it and then I stepped right here, and I can abuse this corner easier right here. I can like stand right outside of it and they all bunch up right here and my cleave will do damage to all of them. Whereas if it's sideways, I have to back up out here and pull them one at a time, so it's a little harder for knights to take care of if you do that. Alright, and then the boss room. I'm unsure about the hunger bot. Other than that, I think this is good. I think this is like a good mix of time wasting and damage, but the hunger bot seems odd to me. People are going to have to stand and fight regardless. I guess it's a little bit better against an archer maybe, but for it only being like a low level hunger bot with a slow hook, I don't think it's as good as, say, a bad dog maybe, because then you have like kind of a volley protection, because if they volley, everything gets attack speed buffed. I even think the bone puppeteers will get an attack speed buff where they'll heal faster. I'm not 100% sure on that. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something you could think about. So I'm not even sure if you have bad dogs actually. You're low level, but we'll see. The hunger bot's not terrible, but anyway, we will jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have Razoredge01. I've done his castle before, he's level 24. I'll jump into it and see if we can avoid some Snaremaster pulls, because that seems to be the only thing that I'm dying to recently. Okay, so I don't mind this group, I think it's good. Set up pretty standardly. Like I said in the previous... oh wait, never mind, this is different. Never mind, that was actually set up very well. I feel like I couldn't have pulled back any better than I did, and I still got hit by all of the archers. I like this a lot, actually, yeah. This feels like I'm gonna die, but it also feels like... wow, this is so weird, what is happening? Huh. I'm confused, actually. This feels like really good and set up very well, and I feel like I should die to this just because it's set up so well. But we're gonna try to live and be an abusive archer. Throw down a volley. And I should live through this now. Maybe if I don't land in the fire. I'm trying to think exactly how you did what you did, because that was really interesting. I don't understand it quite fully. Somehow, at first I was like, I like came down here and I was like, there can't be anything in this room or it's skippable unless it pulls through the wall. So I saw the one snotter and I was like, okay, it pulls through the wall, and I shot it. And then I aggroed in a Cyclops and 2 archers. So that is 6, 7, 11, 15 points. Then that aggroes a hunger bot. This is what I'm trying to think through everything that you have set up, because I mean, it worked and I like it because it was so confusing to me that I don't even understand how to recreate it myself if I wanted to. So I'm going to try to get to the bottom of this. So you pull a hunger bot right here with this group. The Cyclops pushes you into this room, which then aggroes this mob. Right, so you're doing 2 things at once with this one group. And on top of it, you're also doing damage, which is just kind of insane. Blows my mind. The only thing... let me think. I said you had 15, so you could have had a hunger bot and 1 snotter to make this entire group not skippable regardless. It links through the bottom, because I think the first part would be skippable, which would make your entire big trap here, the overarching trap, not work the way you want it to. However, if someone falls for it like I did, because, you know, I'm testing your castle, that's how it works. So you get pulled to here, and then when you aggro this group, you pull into the silence trap, which makes it so I can't roll. Because I think I was out of stun for a second, but I couldn't roll, so there was no way for me to actually do this. and then the hunger bot that is flanking pulls you down to here, which aggroes another group? Question mark? Because I'm not 100% sure that there was another group down here. I was kind of fighting for my life at that point. I think that's how it works, and I like it. And it's set up well. And it's good, because I've never seen it before. So I have to be a little bit more careful, because you got some sneaky stuff going on, sir. Alright, so this... Okay, so I pulled 2 groups, because I see archers and I want to kill them. That's fine, though. I can handle 2 groups of level 24 mobs, I think. I'm gonna try to do it without potting, but that might be a mistake. Oh god, it's a mutton too. How did I pull 3 groups? Potting. Can't take 3 elites without potting. Now I'm trying to think how I aggroed 3. Did I get pulled by the Scorpio? It's pretty bad when you can't remember what you did, like, within one room. Okay, and these are also enraged, and I wasn't even thinking about that because they're owning my face because they're enraged. Alright, so I'm using a ton of potions. This castle's set up very well. I'm not going to really have much to say bad about it because it's probably one of the hardest castles that I've faced at level 24. And maybe it's because I'm aggroing every single trap the way that you want it aggroed. Like, that could be. If I probably played it again, I would have a very easy time, I'm guessing. But that's complete guess. I might not have like a very easy time, but I wouldn't aggro all of these traps and it would be, you know, straightforward, I think. But I mean, so far you haven't done it in a way that you can really exploit the fact that you're doing this. Like, they're good, solid double pulls. They're a little out of position because you're trying to set up that, like, you know, I'm talking about that room that you had set up with the Cyclops and the 2 hunger bots and all of that. It's set up a little out of position to be, like, ideal just for the sake of having the units there, but it's set up in a way that if they, you know, it gives it a chance to be more effective, and if you do it ideally, I guess it's a slightly less effective. I think that's the best way of putting it. And I can't really say anything bad about that because the worst things are when people try to do an all-or-nothing strategy where it's like, you can skip this, or you can pull it and you'll die. Like, I hate those type of strategies. You know, if you walk straight into it, you'll die to it, but if, you know, you play smart, then you're gonna live 100% of the time. Alright, that one your archers were a little bit more delayed, and I was able to roll out of the way. I'm not sure that they were delayed as much as... I'm guessing what happened way back when the jelly trap was there is because I was slowed. The archers were able to line up their shots a bit better. I don't know if there's anything that you can do to speed up the archer shots or maybe slightly delay the Cyclops or anything like that, but in that circumstance I was able to get away from all but I think maybe 1 or 2 of the shots, so... Oh, that's gonna hurt. I'm gonna have to potion again. I think I used like 6 potions, so... Maybe 7 or 8, I don't even know. I used a lot of potions, more so than I normally do. Wait for the volley shield to go down, kill everything. I do like the volley shield though. I like the boss room pretty well. Just, you know, I'm not sure how it was set up initially, but make sure the archers are as spread out as possible. And I think it's pretty good. And let's see if I can loot you. Alright. I ended up getting the loot. Very good castle though, I liked it a lot. So that is number 3, so we'll end the video here. If you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of viewer castles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns. You can also comment on my castle or comment on one of the videos, give me your in-game name and summon a level, stuff like that. I think that's about it. You can also create a challenge. A couple people do that. If you're lower level, it works. It takes a little bit longer. Make sure you set the challenge to a week. And like, let me know somewhere that you created the challenge, or else I probably won't see it within the 24-hour period where I have to accept it. Because my friends list is really long, and it's easy for me to skip names that have challenges when I'm scrolling through it. You know, I scroll through it. I usually try to scroll through it once a day, but a lot of the times I don't catch that little challenge because I'm scrolling through it quickly because it's like 200 names. I can't go through it slowly, or it would take too much time. So with that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.